Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today we are continuing with our junk envelope journal, and this is totally dry. We covered it with the napkin, and totally dry now, so we want to remove it from the window. And you know, there's any number of ways we could do that. So I just wondered about, we have the slit right here, and you want to do that slit so it's I don't know, can you see how the plastic comes, you know, farther out? You want to make your slit so it's within this plastic. I hope that makes sense. Within that plastic is where you want to make your slit. So now, let's see. This shouldn't be too hard. Famous last words, huh? Ha ha. So, see, I don't want to go. I don't know, maybe getting it wet is a better idea. I'm just afraid if I leave it dry that it's gonna tear farther than I want it to. So I'm just using clean water and getting that a little wet just along the edge there. You know, napkin is a funny thing. It will tear all day long when you don't want it to, but the minute you want it to, it's surprisingly strong. I don't know. Maybe it's Murphy's Law, huh? It kind of follows me around. Okay, oops. See, who did that? Don't go too far. Now we're going to put some trim or lace or something like that around the pocket, around the window. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And thank goodness for that, right? Because nothing is perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So I got some of my blue on the window there. I think that's coming from, yeah. Maybe that will do it. Go figure. Okay, so now we could fuss with this all day long, couldn't we? And you could do that. You can fuss with that all day long. That area that yeah, heat guns and whatever these windows are made of do not go together. I don't know if I can clean that off. to have some of that blue mica spray on the window. There we go. I just put some water on there and that seemed to do it. Okay, so now we have that. So we're gonna put lace or trim or something like that around there. So, you know, you can clean it up as best as possible, you know, as best you can, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so now I want to trim, I think. Trim off the excess. Go. Now, I don't, like I told you before, I don't edit my videos. They are for the most part live, done live. So, you know, if you want to speed it up during, you know, when I'm cutting around something or something like that, feel free to. Oh, jeez. I think I went too far. You can go ahead and do that. You want to fold it and, you know, and make sure that that fold is still there. So anyway, yeah, you can, I try to avoid fussy cutting on camera, but every once in a while that happens, and you go ahead and speed up through things like that. You know, watching someone fussy cut is like watching paint dry. So I try to avoid it, but sometimes, you know, it's not possible. And so I am going to use some washi tape to reinforce that area. I'm going to add some glue to it because we all know washi tape won't stay stuck. I'm just going to put it right in there, kind of reinforce this area. Okay, so now we want to cover the inside. So I have this paper, and it's double-sided, so I'm going to do it so the green shows. Or do we want it with that showing? Oh, that kind of goes with it better, doesn't it? Well, maybe we'll do it so that's showing. Okay. See? You make decisions and then you change them right away. So I'm going to take some glue stick, and I want to come around the window. the edges really good. Okay. Come up this side. We don't want any glue in there because we don't want to glue our slit that we made. Okay, so that's pretty well covered. Now I'm going to go in with this wet glue and just get the edges again, just around the edges, and then that one through here a little bit. Just want to be careful that I don't get too close to the window because, you know, wet glue can seep around. All right, so we're going to put this down just like that. Just like that. Be careful this area where the slit is. Okay, and I don't think we didn't glue that, so that's good. That's a good thing. Oy, oy, oy. What a mess. What a dump. Oh, golly. Could I have any more out here? Okay. And just letting this grab on, get, you know, get hold of everything. Okay. That corner might need some more glue. Now at this point, once you cut this away, you could sew around the edge. You could sew around your pocket, you know, around the window, I mean. Why do I keep calling it a pocket? Sew around your window, sew around the edge, which I think I'm going to do. You don't need to, just, you know, just make sure your edges are all glued down really, really well. You know, this side and the napkin side. Make sure that, you know, your edges are all well glued down. Something's funky here. And I probably should wait for that to dry before I try and trim it. I think something's gone wonky. So I'm going to have to let that dry before I can trim. Okay, so it's all dry. As you see, I have sewn in the pages that I was showing earlier. I trimmed up the wonky edge that I had going. You probably can't see it very well because I used kind of a cream color thread, but I did sew all the way around the edge in kind of a zigzaggy, I think they call it a blanket stitch, where the stitch actually goes around rather than landing on the paper. It actually goes around. I don't know if this probably will make it clear as mud, but if you're going along and you're sewing and your needle goes in here and goes in here and goes in here and goes in here like that, right? But the blanket stitch, your needle goes in and then it goes back over off your fabric or off the paper, and then back on, and then off, and then on, and then off. So it kind of wraps the thread around the outside edge, if that makes any kind of sense. I wish I knew the exact terminologies, but I'm not a seamstress, and you know, chances are neither are you, so it's all good. I have my slit in here. I did put in the grommets because the eyelets, because, well, you know, you've seen that done, I'm sure. And I put in the 3 holes. I have one of these nifty little tools. It's pretty cool. You put your, it works well for the softer journals, so you can put everything in here and it goes into this V shape, and you just take your pokey tool and just like that go through everything. So that's pretty cool. If you don't have one of those, which for a long time I didn't, you could just put everything on, you know, on top of some kind of foam and punch through it that way as well. All right, so now we're going to do our ribbon or our trim or lace, whatever you've decided to use, around the window. So yeah, I always get this measurement wrong. My goodness. Okay, so that is gonna come up, it's gonna go across there and right there. So let's do that. Okay, so if we match these up, it's reasonable to assume that both sides will be the same. One of those famous last words, huh? Okay, and we're going to stick this down. I'm just kind of watching where my eyelets are. I think you want to do the eyelets first before you do this part, just so you're not having to put eyelets through trim or lace that may or may not work, you know what I mean? So I think it's best to put the eyelet first and then maybe lap over it a little bit with your lace or something, but come on. Stop sticking to my fingers. So that one, see, now it's supposed to have been the same length, so what happened here? Ah, okay, right, so that takes care of that. Making sure I don't stick anything down I don't want to. And then I've got this little ribbon that I thought would work well going across the top and finishing that off. I'll tell you, you know, working with these envelope windows as much as we are with this one, if I did this again, you know what? I think I would replace this window with some acetate from my stash. You know, either the transparency film that I use, or you know, some kind of acetate from packaging or something like that, because this window material is quite fragile, and it seems to want to cause trouble. So it's very problematic. So I just think if I were to do this again, I think I would replace that window material. Okay. Not gluing down anywhere that I don't want to be. Okay, so now do we want to add more of this? Maybe going down the sides, or is that too much? I don't know, maybe that's too much. Maybe going across the bottom. That would be all right. Oh my. Oh, my glue is escaping. Why is my glue escaping? And can I use it, or will I just make a horrible mess of this? You know, it's just like you don't want to waste this glue. All right. No. Nope, nope, nope. Right there. Okay, right there, right there. Did I even get it in the glue? I don't know. I thought I ran it through the glue. But yeah, I don't know why it's exploding like that. Maybe I didn't though. Well, we'll see, won't we? No, I don't think I did. It would have been sticking better than that if I did. So let's just run this along there. That's going to stop those bottom ones from fraying too, so that's also a good thing, because this right here seems to want to fray, so that's going to keep it from doing that. Okay. So now we have our closure. Oh, and I also put this along here. It was something I found in my stash, and I thought, oh, I'll just do that. And then I made a little tag to go in here. So we could pop that in like that. So, okay. So now we have our closure that we want to, oops, put this together. This is a pretty quick, you know, except for drying times. Oh my, what I just did. I put in my grommets, but wait a minute, no I didn't. There we go. Oh, I almost made a mistake. This is a pretty quick project, except for the drying time that you want to give it drying time, because when you try and do things when it's still wet, it really becomes kind of messy, and sometimes it doesn't cut straight, and you know, so you just want to make sure that everything is good and dry before you do any trimming or, you know, go to the next steps. Okay, so I think that's long enough. Let's try it. Oops. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Stop that. You stop it. All right. So, I guess I need to tie it. And we need to tie a double here. Otherwise, of course, it depends on your hole and whether or not you used an eyelet and what size that is and what size your cord is that you're using, and you know, on and on and on, right? So it all depends on what you're using, whether or not you're going to need a double knot. So let's see now. I'm going to put in this it's what I like to call a fancy brad. Right? Fancy brad. There we go. That seems to be holding well. Now, if you do all this before you know, glue down this inside cover, you could kind of hide all this stuff. So that's an idea if you want to. Okay. There we go. All right. So now, oops. Now we'll twist around here. Yeah, maybe we need to glue something down to keep that in place, huh? Okay, so inside I have those papers that I showed you already. I did some sewing here, and I still had that cream colored, and you can't see it very well. So I ended up reluctantly changing out my thread. So now I have black, so it's more contrast and you can see it. So this paper was a little too long, so I folded it back to make a tuck. This I just ran along where I glued these two papers together. Here again, I just folded it back and made a tuck spot or side pocket. There's the middle. And then here's that pocket on the other side. And here's that paper where I sewed down there. And there's that pocket. And some music paper. And just, you know, this is from a magazine. And I just lined it with some paper that could be wrote on. And there it is. So, you know, that's pretty much it. Now, you could do all kinds of stuff. Decorating and putting in pockets. Things like that. But anyway, there it is. I like the closure going around this way. I don't know why. I just like that better. Okay, so now we have this eyelet up here, and you're saying, well, what are we doing with that? Well, you don't have to put in this eyelet, okay? You're going to have to decide, do you want to put in this eyelet? Do you want a dangly? So, and I've been working on my dangly. So I have some trim here that looks like a little rope, some crocheted lace, some other trim that I thought would be a nice color to go with it all. And this is just some beaded trim and some other pieces of fabric, kind of silky type fabric. And this wonderful, wonderful yarn I found. Oh my goodness. This feels so nice. And I wish I could knit or crochet. Well, I have knitted in the past, but yeah, I don't want to go there. So anyway, I have them all held together. Get out my pliers. I have them all held together with this clip. So I'm going to try and see. I have one of these. They're a ribbon end clip, or oh, I don't know, ribbon end something or other. But they have teeth, and you feed anything into there and clip it down. And I don't know if this is too thick. This is a little one, you know. I'm sure they come in different sizes, and there goes everything. So let's see. What can we do here? We could take that out. This goes, so I want to keep that. And this goes. I want to keep that. That doesn't necessarily, you know. And then I have this, which I thought was just fun, and that's not taking up any space. Oh my. This might be enough. This might be totally fiddly though. This is one of those times where you might want to fast forward. I wish I could fast forward right now. Alright. Get it in there. Okay, so then this one. Okay. Maybe now? I don't know. It still seems awfully bulky. Oh my. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louisa. Jeez Louisa. Well, this may or may not work. Okay, maybe if I Oh, Lord. Well, there went everything. Okay. This is ridiculous. Okay, I finally got it. So you just clip this around your material, and then you take your pliers and squeeze, and you capture it all. I had to eliminate a lot of things in order to use that I could have just run this bulb pin through and kept all those things. So I think, I don't know how important it is, but I'm going to put that on the back of it. That through that. There you go. And use that to attach it on. There we go. So now we got our little dangly. So you can put on a dangly or not, or you could, you know, put like little thing of beads hanging off here or whatever you want. But you know, if you don't want to do anything like that, then you don't need to put that eyelet in. So anyway, there it is. What do you think? I think I'm going to trim that off a little bit. So I think this is cute, and I think I'm going to continue with you know, adding pockets and you know, things like that in it. I don't know right now what I'm going to do with it. It depends. I mean, I might just include this in with a journal, or I might give it to someone as a little gift, or, you know, just a little thinking of you type of thing. I don't know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little project. It's a great way to use those envelopes that I know you're keeping. And you probably have a ton, just like me. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Welcome to all the new people. I am so excited to have you on the channel and seeing the comments that you're making. Everyone gets to see, you know, what you talk about, or your ideas, or your inspiration that you get from these videos, which is always, you know, just fun to see other people's thought processes and what they come up with. So that's always fun. So yeah, welcome new people. Thank you for staying with me, the people that have been with me from the beginning. And we're going to continue on with our little process into all things junk journal. So until next time, guys, take care of you, love each other, and I will see you again. Bye.